In a land of freedom, we are held hostage by the tyranny of political correctness. Robert Griffin III. Greetings. My name is Joseph Yagar. Welcome to another Life in Perspective broadcast. My objective is to provide thought-provoking discussions so you can optimize your perspective on life. It amazes me how often I'm in a social setting having a conversation about this and that, when all of a sudden, someone tests the water with political, ethnic, or religious remark, and the conversation comes to a halt. People are staring at each other as if to dare someone to say something wrong. And the next thing you hear is, didn't they teach you not to talk about politics and religion at a party? Why the heck not? What's the point of having a free society in which noble ideas, such as let's agree to disagree, melting pot, and freedom of speech, actually mean something and are accepted as the norm rather than a mere campaign tagline? Before I continue, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so by clicking the subscribe link below. It's free and would be much appreciated. You may also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Many countries around the globe acknowledge freedom of speech in their constitution. The very first amendment of the U.S. Constitution, the very first, states that no law shall abridge the freedom of speech or the press. These days, however, freedom of speech has become a play on words carefully manipulated to get a message across some great divide over a tightrope whereby the slightest misstep may lead to an existential drop to a bottom you cannot see. Should I repeat that? In other words, politically correct is a term used for whiny, overly sensitive pansies who need everything sugar-coated for them. In my opinion, the term politically correct is an oxymoron. I don't see how politics and correctness go hand in hand. What's correct about telling me what I want to hear so you can get my vote, and once elected, telling me what I don't want to hear and blaming someone else for it? I find it interesting that people are so quick to point fingers and be judgmental when someone says something they deem inappropriate. But they flock to, clap and cheer when Howard Stern, Gary Vee, or Chef Ramsay express themselves freely with no regard to feelings or sensitivities. That's so typical. Those who cheer such influencers are doing so because they're aching to do the same, but don't have the guts to. Our society has become so cynical and self-centered whereby internally we speak and feel one way and then smile and fake our true feelings externally. This hypocrisy is almost necessary in a litigious society where you might be sued or shot for referring to someone by the wrong adjective. Charles Osgood said it best. Being politically correct means always having to say, you're sorry. Communicating one's opinions and feelings doesn't have to be disrespectful, impolite, or offensive. The greatest communicators and negotiators are usually pleasant, calm, and direct. They practice power without force. They hold nothing back, yet they don't feel the need to leave anything unsaid, even if it doesn't sit all that well with the listener. And they never apologize. That's a skill that commands respect. Instead of getting our knickers into a twist every time we disagree or feel offended, wouldn't it serve us better to ask ourselves why we feel that way? What is it within us that causes us to react to a bunch of letters put together into a series of words that make chains of sentences that symbolize something we have a choice to agree with or not, and in essence have little to no impact on our lives if we choose it to be so? The fact is that everyone in a free society has a right to an opinion and a belief system, and as long as it does not harm anyone else, should, regardless of whether we agree with it or not, have the freedom to express it without fear of harm themselves. Many lives worldwide have been lost to protect the privilege. In my opinion, political correctness does not honor their sacrifice, but rather dilutes it. So, if you're someone who gets offended and defensive because someone disagrees with your choices in life, you may not be convinced about these choices yourself and will be better served looking within for your truth than lashing out. I wholeheartedly agree with Jeff Cooper's statement that political correctness is neither political nor correct. It amounts to social censorship, and the sooner we spit it out, the better. Please let me know what topics you would like my perspective on in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.